got one more?
Thank you, Rose City girls. What are you doing, my boy? Okay, at this moment, in one of Mien co-MC, 50th Union 50th anniversary celebration as a co-chair for California, and I'm also family nurse practitioner, physician assistant, school nurse, and Mien lấy đượcว่าtổ số bà lấy chính tham hải mà nhà bà mai hồ cha thỉnh tổ lực dìm nhẹ lên hàng sẽ tu nhẹ all your degrees my bachelor's, master's, and postmaster at UC Davis Medical School them so na không thảo buồn bùa in hoi by my Dr. Christina Chow. We have our Jessica Pan Yeager, who is a CFO for Seattle, Washington State. We have our attorney, Mien attorney, Fei Se Chow. We have Ivar Se Lee, also a physician assistant, my colleague. And we have a retired police officer, Kent Fong. So I'm going to ask a few questions. I'm going to have him answer. But can I have all of our professionals come out here so we can recognize you? All of the doctors, lawyers, educators, nurses, government workforce, all the bachelor's, master's degree. But it's all filed that you will recognize all. Okay, so I'm going to start with asking a few questions. And I'm going to have him introduce himself first. Okay, Dr. Christina Chow.
Hello everyone, thanks for coming today. I'm Dr. Christina Chow. I grew up actually in Laisang, Se Chow, not far from here, just north in Sacramento and North Highlands. I have both my MD and PhD degrees. And so right now I'm working as a pediatric endocrinologist and diabetes specialist over at Kaiser Permanente Roseville Medical Center. So thank you so much for coming. I'm going to let other people introduce themselves.
Hello everyone, my name is Jessica Pan Yeager. I am the Deputy CFO for the City of Seattle, and what that means, I oversee our investment portfolio, my Treasury Department, Accounting Department, Payroll Department, and also our business systems.
Hello everyone, my name is Fei Se Chow. I'm an attorney at Littler & Mendelsohn. It's one of the largest labor employment law firms in the world. Thank you for being here. Nhé bố này hiểu Fei Quế Se Chow. Nhé tên nhé bố này hiểu Jill Gu. Nhé tô miên bố hiểu Yang Quế. Nhé ba nhé bố này hiểu Mei Siêu Se Chow. Đánh chi mà quý xung tận này không?
Hello, Yitung Mien Bua, Nhé bố này Ivar Se Lee, Nhé tí mà bố tô Se Lee Tao Lai Tiang Se Chow. I am born and raised in San Francisco. I currently work as a physician assistant at UCSF in orthopedic surgery and sports medicine. I'm extremely happy to be here. I have the privilege of taking care of patients and assisting in surgery, teaching as well too. And so, again, I'm really happy to be here. Thank you.
Mien bùi các khuôn mấy ca bùi khen phong bùi yêu mình nhân tâm tâm lợi nhân xã mấy ca I started my career April 27, 1987. When I got 6 years, a little bit after that, I got my associate from a junior college down by Celia. Got my bachelor of science from Fresno State. I worked for CD as a police officer, 6-year patrol, 3 years county probation officer, 2 years correctional officer. The rest 20 years a pro agent. What's a pro agent do? A pro agent is like a sponsor, a police officer, and a counselor. So that was the best career I ever had. I've been retired now 6 years, and I encourage Mien people to continue to pursue law enforcement. A challenging but yet rewarding career.
Thank you. So Ken Kong so police officer, and he's retired officer. He turned up. Oh, now hand it over to. I'm going to ask these questions to our panelists, so you guys can answer. Okay, so now, as we all know, we introduced your guys' professions. So can you share what you do and your career journey? And I know Kent already did that, so let's give you guys opportunity to share. And I know Ivar also mentioned it as well.
Hello, so yeah, I think we already kind of introduced ourselves about what I do. So I take care of kids with problems with hormones, one of which is actually diabetes. So there's lots of kids with diabetes out there that need insulin injections. So that's what I do. I take care of kids that need medical care. As far as my journey goes, it's quite a long journey, so I won't actually give you guys all those details. Because you need to get your bachelor's degree, then you need to go to medical school, graduate school, and then residency, pediatric endocrinology fellowship, and then I finally get to work. All right.
So about 8, 10 to 12 years of school, just like how I shared with you guys earlier. Okay, Faye?
Yeah, so earlier I mentioned I work at Littler Mendelsohn PC. We're one of the world's largest labor employment law firm. What do I do on a daily basis? I represent management side employers. I provide advice and counsel. And when someone sues their former place of work, I defend the companies.
Yeah, my specific journey, I did my undergraduate studies at UC Berkeley, Go Bears, and I went on to graduate school at the University of Utah School of Medicine. And I think one big thing that's really kind of brought me into medicine was really understanding that we, as a community, are just very underrepresented in healthcare, and that was always a big part, and kind of understanding some of the disparities in our community.
Okay, so the next question I wanted to ask, what skills do you believe are most important for our young professionals who want to grow in leadership role or to pursue a career path? What skill sets or what lesson can you guys teach our young professionals or young upcoming professionals?
Yeah, I think one thing is taking risks, I think is extremely important. I think that we, a lot of times when we step into a profession or a new business, or we're starting something new, we're typically usually like the first ones in our community to do it. So it does take a lot of risk, and I do think that risk is extremely worth it. And so I think being open to trying new things is extremely important.
I think for young folks, you know, you deserve to be at the podium. You deserve to be at the table. And so just always keeping that in mind. Be curious, be flexible, be nimble, and constantly challenge yourself by offering up on taking, you know, projects, things like that. I just really think there's just so much opportunity, and if you're curious enough and you're interested enough, you ask for those opportunities, and the path just really opens up.
About law enforcement, okay, this job's very unique. It's not for everyone, okay. You have to have, number one, mentally stable, okay. Secondly, you gotta physically fit for the job. You're gonna face crisis. You're gonna see things that normally you don't see, okay. You're gonna respond to a lot of things that are gonna make you crazy, okay. You're gonna see things that are beyond nightmare sometimes, and you have to be able to handle the best you know how. But the career is rewarding. Stay in school, have a clean background. Okay, do not plant marijuana. Okay, that will fail your background. Okay, because that's a violation of federal law. All peace officers have to obey all laws. So that's a requirement, and the minimum requirements GED or high school diploma. But if you want to go to pursue further, get a psychology degree or sociology. Do not get criminology or criminal justice. Very narrow. If things don't work out, there ain't nothing you can do. If you don't make it law enforcement, it's very tough to make any other fields. So law enforcement, like I said, is a good career, and it's be nice if you speak other languages besides English. The more language you speak, the better you're going to promote in the rank. Thank you.
Okay, so we talked about skill sets and giving advice, right? I want to ask each of you, can you share one lesson that you've learned over the course of your career? And for those who are also want to try to pursue the same path, what would you teach them and how would you inspire them?
For anyone who wants to pursue law or pursue any career that you haven't seen any Mien person in, or you have seen one person in, I encourage you to continue to further your education. In the United States, education is the #1 equalizer. What does that mean? You get a good education, you make the best grades you can, and that opens doors to you in jobs, in professions, in careers that people around you may not have. And that is capital in this country. That is your way to get out of poverty, get out of low income, and climb into the middle class or beyond. And I believe that everyone here has the ability to do that. But it requires you to believe in yourself. It requires you to have the discipline. It requires you to make sacrifices every single day. Just like our ancestors, our grandparents, our parents, our family, and the people in this community made when they decided to immigrate into the United States. You have to draw from the strength and courage of those people. And I know that when you do that, great things happen.
Hi everyone. When I was young, the best thing I did for myself was actually volunteering to go into the medical field. So volunteering at the hospital, the emergency room, like I was at USC Medical Center emergency room where I could see everything that happened from the nurses to the radiology techs to the doctors, everything that's going on in the medical field, and volunteering, and then also finding those people around you that can mentor you in that field. And so part of that is volunteering.
So I just want to share, as I was saying, so some of us Mien ladies was you thought my genuine responsibility come in was a general the one word lunye but the Mien come over to no go the number no go yet to no go lun but where and ham to so you know you got to bong na bong me to so my công so nắm hai yếm bữa chủ hồ tổ số lang chuột tai ra là tổ côngจะไม่จินยันแต่ก็บุญกันยังครอบครัวเทบุญเมียนมันเลยนะว่าเยอะบุญเสียตอนยางไปเสียหลุนแต่ไหนบุญหลุนเนี่ยนงโกงป่ะจู่ตะเมียนก็จู่ไม่ฝึกช่วยบุญต้องจ้าเลยนะจู่ไม่ฝึกช่วยไม่บุญครอบครัวyên là luôn nghe nông gỗ ta chụp chuối hàng han nông gỗ ý giải nó pha trên hàng thành những chẳng ton rồi mai bia ta phải chuối bài đánh đâu à mai tôm mai miền mùa thìn nè khâu nhé bây giờ buồn bùa luôn nhém bản bùa mai phải chuối nông gỗ luôn bản bùa chọn tổ số thứ nhiều yên tổ chức sâu dù đâu à mai phải chuối mai bia tao là yên to thứ gì 5 degree thì sao mình tổ anh tu tao tặng cho thứ gì 5 degree tao tổ chức mình ta phản bối nhau hen bối ham có ở chỗ ở nhung ở đồng nhung nằm bối ta phản bối nhau hen ham tôi thảo na hay mình tôi thảo nhau ổ. So just want to share our young ladies, if you are inspired to advance in education, inspired to get married and have children and be successful in both, you can do it concurrently. You can have kids at the same time study and go to school to pursue your dream. If you have that admiration and that determination, you need to put the time and effort as everyone else echo here, and you can make it. Okay, so last question, I just want to ask our panelists, you know, as a Mien community individual, I like to see how do you identify yourself as or Mien, how do you identify yourself, and how has that influenced you in your work or in your life? Have someone start?
Sorry. I identify, so my parents came here as refugees in 1980 in San Francisco. So I was born and raised here. But I think my identity is, like, I found out a lot about myself in higher education. And so just to echo off of how important education is that when I got to college at Berkeley, I kind of realized, like, growing up, I had a hard time kind of just figuring out, like, what it was to be Mien and kind of explaining to your friends, like, what a CPN ceremony was, or I would have to go with my dad all the time to people's houses because he was a shaman. And so I think those things became hard for me to kind of express, but as I went to college, I found a lot of people that were kind of going through the same thing. They were first generation college students, and kind of just a lot of people kind of understood kind of the context of growing up in a refugee community. And so I think those are kind of big things. And I feel like that's really, part of my journey has really been a lot about focusing on, you know, understanding where we're coming from and kind of what the future means for our whole community. And I think a lot of what we do, like I mentioned before, was bigger than just ourselves.
So in my day job, I am the only Mien person in the legal field who does litigation, who does what I do. So I partner up. I collaborate with people who don't look like me, who don't come from my background. And they have been able to provide me steps to get to where I am today. And so I encourage anyone out there, If there's a career you want to pursue, if there's something you want to do, don't be afraid. Reach out across different communities, different industries, because there are a lot of good people who want to mentor folks who are coming into a new profession. You just got to find them.
So I identify myself as Mien. Kind of like Faye here, I'm probably one of very few Mien, I think, CFOs. But I found along in my journey that there is a lot of folks like me, in the sense of, as you know, what was just mentioned, that don't come from these privileged backgrounds. And so I've seen their struggles, and I witnessed, you know, growth in many, many, many of them, in ways that I think folks with different backgrounds where they're privileged, you know, have not had to be challenged with. And so for that reason, for myself, in my role that I'm in right now, I look to ways to open those doors and also create space for them so they can, you know, step up to the plate. With that being said, I think relationships really do matter. So along the way, when someone's talking about networking, really do it. Network. Talk to others. You don't know what they do or what they have to offer until you're speaking to them. So take those moments and actually encourage building those relationships, because you'll be surprised 10 years later, you might be calling on them for something, for a favor, because there's a job opening at Amazon, there's a job opening at Salesforce, or at the university, right, somewhere. So I would say network, because you'll be surprised that when you have a common base that you're working with, especially from a community that is small, that has struggled, they're more likely to help each other. And I've seen that across in different ethnic groups. So I encourage that. So please reach out to each other. Please build relationships.
Hello, yeah, I identify myself as Mien American. A first generation, since I was born in a Thai refugee camp, but a few months old when I came here, so I'm kind of in between. So I actually knew the Mien identity and leveraged that for scholarships. And so first generation got scholarships back in the 90s and 2000s. So all my education that I received, from bachelor's to medical school, were all through scholarships, need-based and merit-based. So a lot of things you can use as your identity for your career and your education in the future, and definitely see to that.
Okay, lạnh sinh làm quay yên dung bài bùa bùn nhé panelists, Dr. Christina Chow, Jessica Pan-Yeagers, as Attorney Attorney Faye Say Chow. Stacy is also an attorney in Taiwan, so the proclamation by Inhoi Din Tai Nai, Le Ivar Say Lee, and Ken Fong. When you zoom by Popul, like the time the Itana Bumwa, the what's in Yang, Culture, when your VIP guests were performers, when your community planning committee, Line Hang Tao Do, Lang Jing Tam Yen Jiang Thon, Tang Jiu Lao, Stefan Tang Tao, Jessica Yen Jiang Thon, Chris Yeager, Pei Zhao Line Hang, Yitan Yemuha Theater Room, all the performers, all the committee members, when your VIP guests, when Yan Hang, and when Bing Hua Yan Hang, Lang Jing Tam Lim Zun I Yem, Wang Zhang Ho, Oi Bua Tao, now you your next MC, Mackenzie. Saipan, also Jonier niece or Ninba pre-medical in Mien applying for medical school. So she's also our pageant Miss California, right? When Mien first, Miss California. So she need to take over a thing. Lý tay the gang. It's on Mackenzie. So Jack say chow. No, but Jack Phao. Oh, I'm gonna have just Mackenzie take over. Lang Jing Tamo.
尊敬的筹备委员会主席，周会在卞善飞先生，一众高士人民，在这位有面末代，这位朋友，林在龙，也是中国云南西双版纳木兰磨汉人民。以后在晚天，首先我非常的冷静节，美国人有钱，我讨一波；中国人有钱，带头呢美国加利福尼亚州萨克拉门托放光一节， 转动庆祝右面黑街美国红酒，您美国人有钱到一波买鸡蛋的关怀，买手某的藤桃，一波干桃买北斗那些中心才激动。首先，请允许也代表蒙拉右面向着呢本次会呢交流，本崩就为win桃带呢只能过呢右面末代做朋友。至于最诚挚呢问候，做最呢祝福，因开因他们做末代过已久，一个讲看呢基本情况，初步讲呢是一个中国呢右面是买反北反接就是反完，主要呢用广东、广西、湖南、贵州、云南等地。产本都是喷燃，反复用右面的知识很惨，包括一波讲盘药、补乳药、辣椒药、本地药，都呢知识都买个干的绿猴，买个干的话，乐肥又买个干呢特色的乐肥，其中一波讲电板药啊，就是东莞的啊，一波电板药用呢云南。莫拉莫汉代表人知识，本地一波卖面是18000，到一波呢就电板药呢才卖反北，业绩呢面哈，8000业绩呢面哈，参手就是本然用，卖接น้ำล้าง，一波莫汉卖写น้ำล้าง，莫มั่ง卖ปูน้ำล้าง。炒啥都没白呢，炒卖个干呢，来饼炒卖菜呢，参手样，路上一交，卖做手一样的香的交的卖呢。我右面都是勇敢勤劳呢，面，亲北向带，一波呢，红台，接生接养，变得崩。用个干的智慧做hand碟，创造出来呢不干独特的文化，我尊主尊亲都是变高的这份，给生给水也给当右面的也标签，通过我们接南国用来加州50年的发光，为我家里一丢养发农地呢就。yên ham yết cha đô liu của mỗi tỏi nha chín cha đô liu hi tu bún nín chỉ liu chăm mình chăm tài bún lùng đĩa yêu miền phim đi tu cào phát của khen tu cào chiến nhẹ tài cha đô liu của nhẹ văn hóa giao lưu truyền đồng bảo phủ truyền承弘扬của yêu miềnในvăn hóa truyền thống bún lùng đĩa của yêu miền mày các can nha tù thờ mấy lý nhìn nhiều phàm tổng hiếu con mày yếm hai đào đâu làn thành làn chọn đông với yêu miền yếm nay lùng điếc sẽ rằng với lại kính cha như cầu rồi công hiến cha giờ tài giờ chúm chun với yêu miền hệ chơi thảo mấy quốc hướng tiếp nên chính chủ hoạt động圆满成功，也得帮助一桩右面末代只为朋友，埋伏埋路，一宁回归平安，万事合宜，嚟正一桩末代，總代呢，啱頭一黨，土嘴末代，參嘅智慧，也講本啊。lấy trình ô lấy trình mỗi tỏi
And next up we have our representative from Canada.
我哋話法郎嘅個有啊，我情成我一方法拿我唔會有嘢過嘅，都冇法拿我。
bình an yêu miên mua tỏi yếm cô yếm phát Việt Trung in hoài tại nay 50 years celebration in hoài one เดือนวันที่23อีชิน20รัว东江洋有面带烟美国的不因为也安黑ทุกพวก面มัวช้ำน้อมแต่ปงใต้เจียงเจียบเยี่ยมนายไม่กว่าแต่ปง也安黑还ช้ำเต้าห้ามใต้จางทุกเยี่ยเนี่ยเยี่ยมแคนาดาyêu qua yếm cô mai phát ba châu hồ mới giàu tới yêu qua Canada Mien Vancouver to Montreal to Quebec to Toronto mai yêu Mien bắt chỗ mà tham thì bà yêu qua như đi toàn làm mấy bùa mai hòa con đồ này ok hầu trên yêu qua yêu Mien toàn cả hình ta tao bên hồ tú coi muang tiêm ma như hòa tiêm ma chào hay nhau chỗ hay nhau chụp muang thế miền cổ miền như này mình hay đâu như mai nhiều lô thế mảng chết như bùa tham như bùa hồ ta tao bèn on hồ yếm mai như hòa con tham yếm cô hay miền hòa là khu trình mà luôn ok nó lãnh trình
lãnh trình ở vui chung tôi mảng này đâu vui nhiều cô như quầy khẽ ta thảo thảo chiếc bùa hồ đã nom diệt hàng như quỷ ổ hiện chung miền mùa ăn bài bùa vui vui như bùa vui hiện chung diệt tao quầy khẽ yếm nhiều cô ta hồ thảo chiếc bùa hồ ở lãnh trình là bùa thăm chỉ tàn tên này anh bua ngoan thảo đó bua thành cuội như khẽ ở thôi nó bua anh con tây hòa thảo buồn bua
Hello แปงเอิญเมียนมัวต่อยสวัสดีสบายดี and good afternoon everyone my name is Tang Naijip representing the Union of Thailand. It is an absolute honor to be here with you to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Union settlement in America. If we look back 1,000 years, who would have believed that the Union would journey this far? Our history reveals that we, as descendants of the Bien Hung, have always faced greater powers with courage. Yet, we never simply submitted. We negotiate, we engage, and we learn to thrive in wider societies without ever losing who we are. The story of the Union arriving and flourishing in America is the ultimate reflection of what is in our blood. It's the spirit to fight, to adapt, and to engage. Finally, I want to congratulate the American Union community on your incredible achievements. I hope that we, the Mien people worldwide, continue to foster space where we can connect like this. These gatherings will inspire us and it keeps our culture dynamic, alive and constantly evolving. Lãnh trình chăm ổ.
Và cho yết qua miền mùa tỏiว่าอย่างหอยอาบัวเป็นกองเถากองเป็นตัวแทนของจันไทยตีนะอ๋ออาบัวโจก็โซอย่างตุ๊กตาช้ำแต่ตุ๊กยาตาห้างอย่างใน แรงจีนบัวเหยียดจวงอเมริกาเมียนหัวต่อยตุ๊กจิ๊บอบัวนงเลยโกตุ๊กบัวแรงจริงช้ำอย่างอันให้เจ้าตุ๊ดตายนมยินนมบุยตุ๊กมังบัวเมียนหัวต่อยอย่าให้ซับซึ้งก็ให้ก้องชดว่าก้องเจ็บปานะแรงจริงช้ำ
โอ้เหี่ยวในต้าเนาะโอ้ยี่ห้อยนะเฮก็ตู้ไตปวงเมียนหัวต่อยที่นี่เนาะต่อบัวก้องเด่งความในใจเนี่ยหลิวไม่คุ้งแต่หังต่อบัวนะหรอแต่แรงจริงช้ำโม
แป้งออนเมียนหัวต่อยโอเยี่ยมวยจริงแซ่ลีแรงจริงช้ำโมยี่ห้อยนงเหี้ยวก็ตู้เท่านะแต่ปวดเมียนหัวต่อยโอแรงจริงช้
แป้งออนบัวจวงyêu miền mấy của tôm tập cung thì vừa quay chậm mùa lồng hạp tôi tài tôi thảo này tôm tập cung lồng hiếu cao dầu quận mưa miền mùa tàu miền giang tàu lồng hiếu giờ lồng cầu tôi bua giờ lồng ô thì lại trình sắm hả thì nói bua choáng mà tỏi mà chậm hồ mình cung nó mới giảm cái đi bua chậm thái tập cung đi buaยินดีต้อนรับแรงจริงครับผมรู้จักcó nhiều bùa kia phải chơi bùa hiểu lá san tôm miên bùa hiểu dầu phê vừa chẳng thấy bùa hiểu xài danh yêu bùa là lấy đèn trinh thắp bùa
ว่าอาจารย์ว่ายาอันไอ้ก็ละคุ้มก็อันนี้บัวเหี่ยวฮานุไอ้เมียนบัวเหี่ยวมองยิ่งเนาะโอ้ไอ้ละอันนี้องเป็นละเจลเมียนอันนี้องเหี่ยวเจลเจียมเจียวเนาะอันนี้มาล้วนหนงละเปลี่ยนเมียนแต่อีจันอาบัวจังละเปลี่ยนเมียนอันนี้อาบัวอีจันอาบัวจังละเปลี่ยนเมียนโอ้หรือว่าเป็นละเปลี่ยนเมียนแต่อันนี้บัวเหี่ยวมองยิ่งเดี๋ยวว่าไอ้เจ้ากงเยี่ยมแบงค์ของว่าอีเยี่ยมตุ๊ดเยี่ยมไหนจันดมตุ๊ดเจ็บจ้วนอย่างเย็นหนังตุ๊ดก็เมียนหว่าเลยเมียนหว่าเยี่ยมรัวไม่ดอกเตะออกท่วมบัวกวางก้อยแต่ปลาแรงจริงช้ำตุ๊กตายนมบุยตุ๊กกวางบัวเมียนช้ำโอ้ก้องเจ็บพนัยแรงจริงช้ำ
And thank you so much from our guests from Thailand.
Lệnh chính xác họ bởi túc hoàng thảo bùa như quỷ khe yếm thầy của tài nắm cho hội em bùn nai microphone để chống của khe có ý chung
thôi tôi chịu ye mà cháu hồ ta thà nói bữa gì nói thà nói ye gió mưa tỏi ye gió yêu mê mưa tỏi lung án nóng ye yếm trong của vì nam sinh thì sống bắt nào chiều muốn làm về ye hiểu chiều kiếm yếu xỉu không lành chính ta thà nói thằng bữa chuyện năm trước ta thà nói bảo mua để bữa ye gió yêu miền tao rất nhiều tao rất vẻ ngon đồng yêu sao mà最后一讲就来讲就讲话讲祝能不能能瑶族赴美50周年庆典大会圆满成功，谢谢。
ยินห้อยขึ้นอันให้แต่ฐานะไม่กลัวตะปุงแต่ว่าแต่ตู้เช้าเมียนหัวต่อยแต่ว่าชิ้นจูแต่ว่าอยู่เมียเฮเจคงจะแห่งนินออกเย่ให้กองทั้งช้ำแหลงจริงเหยียดจ้างมัวต่อยยันน่าเชียวเบนนี่เลยมัวต่อยเพื่อว่าโอ最后祝大家万事如意，谢谢。
Thank you to our guests from China. We will now be hearing from our guests from France.
Lệnh chính đã vừa thầy trong của như khe ở dần vừa chip thả vô như phạt của như khe ta không vào
thôi do em vừa mấy của như chọn miền mùa triển xe hiện trung chia năm state y hoa vừa mạng chào hồ con lu nhà thèn đau nhà thèn vừa nhột nhà chiếu vừa tại cấp chuôn nã ở แต่ยังตายยังเสกงแต่กงยี่บุยมังยี่เจ้าเยาวเซนยี่เส้นตอนเจ้าเชิงจอยยี่ฝึกช่วยบัวเจ้าเชิงเสงยี่บัวเสยยำฝรั่งตะปูตาเยี่ยมเสกงเท้าบัวตะลงหอยตัวตาอุดเท้าบัวหลังเมียนตัวนมมูตัวนมตะปูเยี่ยมตัวนมสองซุยยันฮบโลตายป่าหลายไม้ตะปูฟ้าดูดตายบวมให้ฝูโจยำก็นั่งเงี้ยยำไทยกัวเงี้ยเจ้าหัวอย่าเต่ายำโตอย่าเต่าไฟมันแต่ยำศูนย์เชียงค้ามันแต่ยำศูนย์เชียงของมันแต่ยำเมื่อกี้เราเบอร์เสียนมด้วยยังว่าจังอันอำเภอบัวหยามิวอินหอยนะยี่เซก้องเถายี่กันเหนือเมียนปวดอีบัวตุ้มีเถานะฝากกัวตะปูอย่าชินจั่วเป็ดเช็ดจับจั่วหยางเถาอีสันเซก้องเชียนเนี่ยอินหอยนะเงี้ยก่อเจียวหยักซอยเน้นแต่ยัดเต่าแต่เถาไม่กาเน้นตุ้มเสียอย่างต่อเย็นอิวเมียนเจ้าต้นนมงานฝาตายนมฝาตายอีบัวฝากกัวเนี่ยอย่ามาช้ำเนี่ยป่าไปเมื่อไหร่ไปตุอีบัวมาเถาได้เปลี่ยนสิเลยเมียนหางไอ้เยี่ยมจานอ๋อไอ้เยี่ยอยู่ไอ้น้ำหายได้ก็โยมบัวอย่านมก็สมาคมยันนัตตะบุงเจ้าตุ้ลูบัวเส้นเถาบัวเถาเยี่ยเซแรงจีเกียให้ฝั่งบัวกันนุ้ยเมียนแต่เถาได้ต่อดมจริงแต่บางไม่ยุ่งเทงอย่าให้เทงอย่าอยู่เกษแต่เท้าต่อเชื่อมบัวด้วยยาเบ็ดยีบัวหางเยี่ยโทษแรงจีเกียบัวสางเยี่ยโกจังเสียอย่าจุ้งแต่บัวจังเสียตัวเยี่ยสกงเจ้าไรละหายเบ็ดแค่ละหายดำจากแต่บัวดิ้มมาได้เสียเต่าบัวอย่าก้มเสียงก้มบัวโทษแรงจริงเกี่ยบัวอย่าเสียเต่าquân phiền thảo y bùa tu chip liều thảo đai y bùa tu mùi nhẹ phụ nơi nhẹ con sinh về thảo tài bùa lồng giỏi con ngăn chất bùa yêu miền có yêu hàng bùa sẽ con phiền bùa sầm về phiền yêu miền sẽ áp dụng ngăn chất bùa sẽ con bùa áp dụng số pháo bùa lồng hoa yếm tập bùa chọc khớp khăn đàn thâu mê mai hay nhung bùa mai thảo đấy yếm khải bùa tập bùa bùa cái điều thảo đây bùa mê bùaบัวฝากบัวเซก้องบัวฝุ่นฟ้าตาเต่าเซจิตตุมิเซปุ่นบัวสวยกะฮิปุ่นบัวก้องตาเต่าก็นำตายเหนียวอย่าเฮงตายเหนียวอย่าวางปุ่นบัวตาเต่าฝันเย้ตัวโซเสียจังอย่าตุ้ทรงเมงอย่าเท้าเลียนหลีอย่าทงเมียนโกเมียนทิมเziนจ่ายเงินจับเจ้าดกทิมเท้าโลดกแต่งต่างแซงล้วนเย็นนุ่นเตะเงินบัวตาบัวก้องตาเต่ามิงเต่าบัวเย็นหลังด้วยเย็นโซล้อกบโบล้วนหลังสอนเจียมอย่าตู้สอนยันจะโชว์เมงอย่าเท้าเลียนหลีอย่าทงยี่เซอิวเมียนก็ยังฝากกัวตายปากก็เทก็ยืนแต่ยังสู้มวยยังเมื่อต่อยยังสู้เสียเชสิก็ยังมวยยังวงฝากกัวตายนะป่าเซก็ให้ฝูโซก็เตว่าอันนั้นบุญมวยยังสู้ตัวยิวยี่บัวแหลงสิ่งชับเกียบัวเย่เมียนมัวยันนั้นไม่กัวเย่ต้มเมียนเสียปูเสียหลอกครับช้าครับเหนียวซอยครับยานตายโซนมโกงฟ้าตายปุ่นแบบด้วยเย่จริงเดียโทหายเบื่อชิบแรงแรงจริงซ้ำโอเจ๊เตาโอ
có thấy chiều ở ở vừa con vừa nắng con như miền ổ đánh chỉnh xăm xăm như con mà vừa đâu như thiếu biệt thiếu suất dạng coi cháu ham miền con nó giàu giả nắng rảnh hạ đâu dấu tốt năm buổi tập bốn choáng miền chỉ có như miền tập hoàng lộn thôi bữa lên mi lau hải à giả hay nó bật tại có đâu như nhiễm chen nhiễm thế có một bữa giả tập bố bữa dân miền Nam tập bố giả dấu xuân hay nhung và bữa dấu tốt suốt như bữa giả thành kiếp bữa cho thành kiếp bữa hắm có bữa đâu như bữa giả miền cọt sắm hay nhung bữa giả mài bữa chủ dấu chiếm mình dấu lôi bữa giả nắm dấu phải bữa giả thành bữa nắm thì nán nghe bữa là phú bữa giả là phú bữa là trình choáng miền ồ con bền bữa dấu như miền con đâu như hỏi bữa thô phá thô chìa là tháo như bữa căn cố giả mát bữa dấu bữa đâu bữa hỏi bữa đâu thô chỉ mình thôi chỉ ta giả đấy trình sắm chìa cũng là phú bữa nhà trình hen ồ nó nhớ chặt sắm nha
เขาสวยก็เขียวอ่ะอีสก้องช่วยเสียจิตเยี่ยมวัวลาบวัวตะปูงอีสานน้ำเหม็นซินระเบิดใหม่แล้ววิญญาณก้องเจนเยี่ยมก้องตัดช่วยเวนะยี่ทุกก้องเขียว ด้วยเยี่ยมบัวตกห้อยตมสิวเยี่ยว่าสบายดีพ่อแม่พี่น้องและกับสถานทูตลาวอยู่อเมริกาวอชิงตันดีซีขอแสดงความนับถือครับข้าพเจ้าในนามผู้ต่างหน้ามาจากประเทศฝรั่งเศสข้าพเจ้าซื้อเส้นจ่าวเยาเซ้งข้าพเจ้าได้เดินทางออกไปประเทศฝรั่งตั้งแต่ปี 1979 จนวันวันนี้หมายความว่าเดี๋ยวนี้อยากข้ามเงินมาอันนี้แมนพี่น้องของพวกเขาเคยรวมกันอยู่บ้านเดียวกันอยู่เมืองเดียวกันเคยกินข้าวกินน้ำกันน้ำของเป็นสายที่สายสัมพันธ์ให้คนลาวแต่ข้าเจ้าก็บ่ลืมพี่น้องของเขาแม้แต่อยู่ลาวอยู่ฝรั่งเศสอยู่อเมริกาอยู่แคนาดาคือกันแล้วก็ขอฝากฝังไว้เพราะว่าข้าพเจ้านึกว่าโซนชาติของเขาแม้แต่จะแมนโซนเผ่าโซนมู่โซนขมุลาวถึงคนลาวก็เป็นพี่น้องเดียวกันฉะนั้นข้าพเจ้าขอเคารพนับถือและขอบใจในนามผมมาจากประเทศฝรั่งเศสแล้วไว้ขอให้ทุกท่านจงอยู่ดีมีสุขและก็เดินทางด้วยสวัสดิภาพในงานคืนนี้ให้รุ่งเรืองให้ลำลึงตลอดไปขอบใจหลายๆ
And thank you so much to our international guests from Canada, Thailand, China, Laos, and France. We will now have a performance by the Reading Angels, followed by remarks by special guests from the USA.
Lãnh chính ở này bữa nhỉ nhiệt quốc nhật quầy khe ta tàu nhiệt chung năm chỗ bữa bảy bữa chip này là Reading Angel ở nè bữa xuất tại nè bữa xài量phân bữa ổ nè xe chạy chản châu ở nè xuất tại bà dung tôi vừa chip tôi nè bữa xuất năm chỗ hồ tăng xuất nè bữa khang xuất đến nè bữa anh chip thả bữa nhẹ làm bữa nhẹ khe ở
That's all say ciao.
โหยี่มาเอาของขวัญคุณฝุช่วยหรือว่าแต่ของขวัญไม่ต้องแก่เดียวdon't go stay right there okay บัวมาแต่ของขวัญคุณบัวฝุช่วยหลายทีมจะ go on คุณบัว
Thank you so much to the Reading Angels and Chan Chao Say Chao for a beautiful multi-generational performance. Next up, we have special remarks by a special guest from the USA.
yêu miên kinh chiến trong sự già lông chẳng tôn chú lùi lấy bèo chân hông chia tôn chú lùi quan tặng chẳng quan gông tơ phàn gông tơ in rồi vì nàng gông tơ phàn gông tơ in diệt nhẹ phình
Everyone give it up for Golden Generation. Thank you for a beautiful performance. Next, we will have remarks from the HBK team.
Betul mang na vừa
Mayor and all our Mien community from all over the world. Today is a good day. We are here to witness the success of our Mien community 50 years anniversary. We see a lot of Mien refugees who came here as refugees, and today is no longer refugees. Today is doctor, lawyer, business people, and also community leaders, which I'm honored, we are honored to be a part of this celebration. And from Hak Ban Good is an organization that established to be a platform to establish a communication back to our birth mother land of Laos. And these are my board. I have with me here is Vice President Sorisak, our advisor Kampui Manisang, and our board Johnny Utah. And Kampui Manisang is also representative of Nialau Sangsat to the United States of America. We're here to celebrate the success of our Mien community together with you, and we wish that this will be a platform for the younger generation to start and continue for a better life for the many years to come. And thank you for having us here. I want to extend a message from Dr. Tulu Tau to all of you Mien community here, that he is extending an invitation to you to join the Hmong Festival New Year this coming December. He will send out invitation to all of you. And thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Kampui Manisang. I came from Myeongpuka, Bonam-Ta, or Bonam-Gung, wherever you call. When I came here, I think Bill said he sit over there. He's the first American who introduced me to work for USAID, 1972 to 1975, and I went with him to Bangkok, worked with him in US Embassy in Bangkok, and he brought me to Kansas. And his uncle, his aunt sent me to the college. I always dreamed to be an engineer. I graduated from engineering, worked for a nuclear plant for 14 years. And I started own business for 26 years. Take my example, I came from nothing. I came here from nothing, but now I'm somebody. Now I am the representative of Lao National Front of Development in Laos, in the US. And I'm also advisor to the Vista Mayor And I also serve as an advisor to Hatbanker and the Buddhist temple around the country. I'm very honored, pleasure to be here to come to join 50-year anniversary. Thank you, Kujoy. Thank you a lot of friends of our Mien. I know all you guys go back to 1972 to whatever. Thank you for inviting us to be here. Actually, today, tomorrow, in Wichita, Kansas, I invite the governor and the mayor to come join our Lao New Year at my temple. I told the mayor, sir, I must be in Sacramento to celebrate 50-year anniversary. And they say, sorry, I wasn't able to see you guys, but I see you guys next year. They say, no problem, just do whatever you can. And thank you so much for inviting me and Hatbanker to be here. Thank you so much, our women delegate, our women organization across the country. Thank you, good luck, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Thank you so much to Hatbanker for their remarks. Next, we will have Ancestor Grand Priest remarks from Phu A. SAETERN and Yi Yun Lee.
Chiêm nhi phi yêu miền thốt cho ye thâu niệm thảo bây giờ cô nhà khẽ dân chẳng khẽ tài dân Lao dân Thái Canada dân France đi nó mà khu vận chiếu như vốn game hiểu ye lấy y yun cho chân tảng phụ ế y tàu phụ ta nai y sẽ con về bây giờ yêu miền trồng chơi cháu bây yêu miền trồng chơi chơi ít dần lộn hoa yếm trồng cua tập trung ủng nghe chia sẻ giờ vừa mài con mài bèn vừa phun phá chia tỏi hai quảng bây yêu miền nhà trồng chơi tháo nằm mấy cua tập trung tài bây yêu miền vừa sợ anh dịp cái bài nhẹ bây giờ trồng chơi giả mài tôi giờ với xiên Giêsu nhà trồng chơi giả mài tôi bình xiên đi hùng đi nhung nha trồng chơi giả mài hay nhiều người chung cho đặt thỉnh bùa nha họp trà dầu phân bùa yêu miền lùng in hoa giờ ở tập phân với tảng phụ hệ nên con tệ mà cả bùa nha yêu miền nhà trồng chơi nhà cháu sinh nhân nhà cháu bài giờ năm ấy của hắn làm mông hắn làm mai đồng hải buông bàng với tảng phụ hệ con tệ bạn bỏ tảng
ở đây dân nhiều bèn on in hoa mai khu phim khu sốc giờ dung choáng nhiều của như Canada như France như chờ chân khe như Thái của như giờ dung chào mấy của như giờ dung vừa yêu miền tu buổi quảng năm 50 year như vừa ta thảo mấy của 50 year như này ngàn thì nó vừa con thảo vừa đâu dịp trồng cây như cháu thì vừa mày xin miên nó này reading nghe mày chiếm nhẹ tàu hệ luôn miên chiều thiên bài tệ hệ luôn chú tàu mày ship hạ trái như miên để mày nói Sacramento nhé mày nhị chiều lúa tàu mà nhé hệ luôn ship chẳng trái miên mày nhị chiều yết tàu ship hạ trái miên Stockton nhé mày y tàu ship hệ luôn miên mày y tàu ship hạ trái nhé miên mày này mà xếp như mày đưa tàu ship mà đâu chẳng trái miên mày hiện tàu ship hạt trái miên mày vừa festo như mày y tàu ship chẳng trái miên mày bia tàu ship hạt trái miên thì mày Richmond như mày đưa tàu ship này chẳng trái miên mày chỉ pet tàu ship hạt trái miên sẽ ta có bữa chọn miên chăm đầu bữa xin miên sẽ mày hôm nay tặng đầu dương spare nè con mày con chú nòm nhẹ bia nòm nhẹ đâu mông thì nó yên tài yên lành sinh tham nhiệt xuống choàng miên vượt khỏi nòm như sơ mang khôm nái tài dầu tu nái sâu nhiệt xuống lành sinh tham vừa yêu miên chỉ nhẹ phím con đâu nòm sơ mang khôm vượt khỏi tài
ตลอดว่าโจงานแล้วหายตุ้นเมื่อนี้ไปฝีงานตายอีโบต่อตายต่อตายโจโซโจไหนตีโจนั้นโจวันนี้โซนี่ตายยันตายโจเสียงเมียนนี่ตายโจวันนี้ฟาร์มตายโจว่าฟิลุนเราไปตายโจว่าเดาว่าคอยตานนี้ตายโจว่าอายุปุ่นนี้เฉาว่าเดาว่าอีเจียโซว่าจุ่มบนจวงเมียนนี้งานนะthỉnh yêu vua tại dấu tu xuất tại liu giống tại sâu tại liu bún choàng miên yết chung có yêu lỗ phải tất tại hồ bây giờ chỉ biết trồng dây cháu hồ yết sẽ tại lãnh chính tham yết chung đâu sẽ tại con bún ai hăng yết sẽ hồ năng tại bún này yết bè con tỏ bình ở
อาจารย์ต่างเฟยนี่ทุกก้องแต่เนี่ยอีใจยี่แองแต่ก้องเทาบัวสิเมียนยมสิฮัลโหลเนี่ยบัวสิบต่างจ่ายเมียนเหี่ยวดุงเมียนเนี่ยบาดยาเต่าสิบหาจ่ายเมียนเนี่ยบาดเปียเต่าแองกิตาอีเกียตายมพอแลนเนี่ยโอให้สิบต่างจ่ายเมียนเนี่ยมาเปียเต่าสิบหาจ่ายเมียนเนี่ยยาเต่าจะตายcó thầy yếm all of you nha ship tràng trải miên mày pia tàu ship hà trải miên nha mày pia tàu anh chị tay yếm của xử lý nha hay ship tràng trải miên nha chủ tàu ship hà trải miên nha pia tàu anh chị tay yếm Auckland nha hay ship tràng trải miên nha mày hiện tàu hay mà ship hà trải miên nha mày đùa tàuแต่เปลี่ยนบทต่อบัวทำตายบัวเย่จงใจสมแกงเกิดบัวฝุ่นตาบัวเย่สิเบียเมียนนำเจ้าสมบัติซ้ำเนี่ยอีจันตุงใช้ยี่สิบเจ็ดเต่าต่างฝูเอนายนั่นนินโจให้โจยตาว่าจางนี่ให้ว่าฟังนินตู่แขโซเฟียจางลงนินต้มฟินแซงอยู่บัวน่ะนี่เตี้ยจีด่างโจสุปิวองนินอย่าจดเจนิตีจันนินไฮวาเมียนไฮโจตุตอนจูเมียนมัวต่อยถ้าต่อยเข็มลงเท้าเก็บเอลงฟังบัวเท้าน้อยต่างฝูเอจิตใจเยอะก้องเตียนเจลาวาขอแสดงความนับถือแขกผู้มีเกียรติลาวอิวเมียนคนจีนและทั้งหลายที่มารวมงานเฉลิมฉลองครบรอบ50 ปีในมือนี้ข้าพเจ้าสองคนขึ้นมาข้าให้ก้าวคำเปล่าใส่แม่ก็ว่าถึงอธิบายศาสนาของพี่น้องเมียนบ่แมนแต่มื้อนี้เฮามาแต่บรรพบุรุษสมัยปู่ย่าตายายจากประเทศจีนมาจนถึงปัจจุบันนี้พวกเฮายังมีอาจารย์เป็นหมอขวัญหมอผียังหลายท่านอยู่แต่ละรัฐเฮาจริงเอามาอธิบายให้แค่พี่น้องเมียนเขาเข้าใจขอขอบใจหลายๆเด้อที่มาร่วมงานขอขอบใจ thank you
Thank you to our Grand Priest, Fu A. SAETERN and E. Yoon Lee. Next, we will have a performance by Silver Flower. Also, following that, we will have Christian group remarks. So Dr. Pastor Chim Seng Wong, if you could come to the side of the stage and be prepared, we would greatly appreciate that.
Với tấm hoàng nơi bên tàu sai ống con là ẩm dần một chip đây Silver Flowers đây sa liang bùm bảng liu tăng thâu đâu vô đắc tới chìm sinh giang ổ mày bệnh trên quan chỉ liu tham mày ở
from our Mien Christian representative, Dr. Pastor Jim Seng Nguyen.
Sẽ về nãy tề miền chế nãy năm tập trung tu in hàng quang nhị bé không chỉ hàng ở 250 nãy chỉ kinh phải phù hệ ở bua can yêu miền phiền tu mai buồn yếm nãy tập trung tu không chỉ hàng bua như chiến cha chỉ kinh hiếu lồng và hiếu đáo về nên bua mai thiên hùng như thắm chuối dẻ tháo bua yêu miền phiền bua tập trung ngoài bua mai tòng yếm ở liu nãy này bua chỉ bua tại thảo nãy tập trung chiến tổ lệ tại ở bua ya nãy sẽ kinh lồng hệ phun thảo bua in hoi bua yêu miền phiền tu lồng tham hệ ở sẽ kinh lồng hiếu hệ ye ya phiền hang mai buồn đâuว่าyếmอีบกันอยู่นายSacramento tu kiêu thongลานเทงลานบัวเมียนมัวต่อยกุ้นบัวเยี่ยมฮะปุงตายปวดจางให้ยุ่งเสียนให้ยุ่งบัวใหญ่หย่วงเจียนเถงบัวเย่แปะฟิงเซอันให้ให้อีบัวกันกันอยู่เซมาเปี้ยเจ้ยสำลานเนี่ยเดี๋ยวนายอินหอยอย่าเดี๋ยวบัวเต้งกงสำลานเนี่ยเถงเต้งแถวนั้นหุ่นเจียบมันอย่างนั้นออกจะเก่งลงให้ดูว่าอีบัวcon thầu ở dưới con thầu bùa tổng hiếu như cháu sẽ kinh mai lủng hệ sẽ với chủ bùa yêu miền ton yếm tập trung phát triển tại ở liu nào bùa ya đối với như thiên hùng khói cháu bùn bùa tại thầu nay tập trung bùa tu lủng chăm ý cái như tự nhiên sẽ thầu nay phải sẽ hổ mai hiếu hay nhung nó giờ ở hồ hiếu tài nó biển này biển này tập trung tài nó bữa chủ hồ chiến nhung nó mà yên nhung như hồ thảo xe hay nó bữa giàu kinh sâu con thảo thiên hùng ham ye Chúa Giêsu tài yếm chuyện chẳng trả về ye nên bên chẳng tòng bún ye khu yếm ye liu ye bị nhau thần ai nó ye cần tu chỉ bữa xiên tàiแต่tu thiên hùng tòm ye mèn thảo in hoi ye lành chính chiếu ya đối với như con thảo bùa xiên thiên hùng nhém bung xe ye bùa phun tai xe mai yếm bùa nai California, Oregon, Washington, Alaska ye chung mai đối với như nhị chiếc phế nom kiêu bang ye phun tai lấy cô mai nhị chiếc bết pha chiếc nhé phình sang liu nào bữa nhé xiên thiên hùng nhé còn đỗ ya chính quân nhé liu nào miền múa ya mà tòng bảng mà tòng khảo nhé liu nào đối với y bữa Giêsu miền ya đối với chiến thảo bữa siêu liều nhé kéo nhé na y bữa ya đối với chiến thảo siêu liều bữa miền hòa miền giang bữa miền nhé lửa hậu siêu xế nhé kéo y bữa ya lồng đau muộn liu nào y bữa se xiên thiên hùng như miền se nó nóm lấy bài hoi Sunday tu quang tỏi se có miền hòa bao miền dung tổ miền như kinh sâu này giờ mai thèn lan như cháu chấm nhẹ nãy se đâu qua con thầu tệ y buồm buông như cháu lẩu nãy y bữa giờ anh thấy như trong chú bữa yêu miền như là hậu đó muốn quang tỏi như cháu chỉ chip như chè hổ như bữa giờ anh thấy như điều nào nãy sẽ con thầu bữa yêu miền phình mà cuốn bữa chàng hay nhung ya bữa yêu miền phình bữa giờ chúng tung lại khu bữa yêu miền phình như siêu xế bữa giờ đầu vẫn tôi tịch bữa như xiên phim như bữa giờ mai buồn siêu điều nào trong chú sẽ lồng chiến như buồn bữa yên ham chiến ham thảo bữa miền hòa bữa yếm pan dẻ thảo bữa cổ pan bữa mới ỏi bữa miền hòa chuộtไม่ป่าบมังเท้าเจียฟิงเยี่ยมได้ตะปูงเปลี่ยนได้ตะปูงไตโดยมีเจียนช้ำเมียนโจเวยน้ายบัวเมียนว่าจุดเจียนเหยี่ยอินห้อยบัวปวดเท้าบัวการเยี่ยมห้างต่อยบัวเยี่ยฝิจุ้ยบัวเยี่ยใจฟุนเนื้อบัวมาให้ชาวบัวก้องบัวเยี่ยเมียนว่าไม่ป่าโดยเยี่ยไม่ให้ฝุ่งโจโดยเยี่ยบัวบังตีน้ำตะปูงตรงบัวมามียืมเมียนหางจงเนื้อจงกัวนี้โดยว่าเนี่ยจะใส่ตะปูงนี้เจนบัวให้เสียวเลี้ยวตุมีเหล่าดาวกับหาหิง bữa can nó sẽ yêu phun tai đồng hải mà ỏi đối với như bây giờ miền hòa chủ bà nín tai quảng kiến à thì chẳng nằm chế hồ hàng nó bây giờ hay phụng dấu hàng này lồng nhiễu in hỏi tức quảng hòa quảng hòa quảng bữa miền múa tỏi đối với như tí chiều này yêu bữa xiên thiên hùng như buông yêu phun tai yêu bữa xiên thiên hùng như miền bữa miền á yêu phun tai như chiếc mình pha chiếc cố như tòng xiên thiên hùng 20 to 30% bây giờ miền như population yêu phun con xiên bùi xiên Giêsu lồng nhiễu in hỏi yêu thô thiên hùng chạy phú quân thảo bây giờ chọn yêu miền quân bữa anh chọn chiến đối với anh hay thảo bữa canเป็นmiền đối với như đối với quân bùa anh họ phim tông hiếu như lan thịnh lan anh yêu nam mình chính hàng của tổ thấu lại chi ngô
lại chính chắc bảo bữa tu hải đó bữa như tao phiền sang sẽ chạy Dr. Chấm Sinh Yang ồ nên sẽ chạy tao đối với khu chiếu yếm nay Sacramento quyền trạng ở tu thấy chia tiểu như thảo bùa như này cái nhỏ mông như miền thấu lại chính